So running through the grid, we got in pole position number 81, Nick Drew. Second spot is number 95, and that is going to be Charlie Clark, I think. Then we got 43, Josh Morales. Josh being the current world champion of Formula 50. Then we've got 110, that's Jake Trussler. And completing the front row, number 48 is his brother, Josh Trussler. Row 2, we got 37, Joe Smith. Then 51, George Olner. Then 75, Mark Allman. And then 86, Ben Lambert. That completes row 2. Row 3, we've got 144, Richard Pound. That's a Formula 3. So all the Formula 50s at the front there. We're now coming into the Formula 3s. 169, that's going to be one of the Turnbulls. I'm not quite sure. Oh, it's Adam Turnbull. And then 153, Oscar Lewington. Not out there by the looks of it. And then completing the Formula 3s, Nancy Devlin, 167. Charlie Moore, 145, is not there by the looks of it. Ah, Charlie Moore is out there, hiding behind somebody. And then right at the very back, we've got the Formula 35, Zoe Deacon, 171. Well, the drivers have just been called together on the grid there. I'm not quite sure what that was about. Let's go and see what we can find out. That might be the... So as they go off the start line, they'll be heading straight to the far end of the lake. They'll be missing out the land section on the far side on this first lap for safety reasons. But on the second lap round, as they come round the main spectator area, they'll make a turn and go back up the lake, but then they'll hop onto the land. It's a very narrow land section. They'll go along there, quick sprint along there, and then back onto the lake again. Right, we're 2 minutes away from the start now. And we're now 1 minute away from the start. 1 minute. There we go, we're away. And 81.43 side by side, but it is the world champion, 43, Josh Morales, that is inching into the lead. As they go up the lake, still being chased by Nick Drew, 81. Those two away and clear. So as they cross the line, it's 43, 81, 95, 48, 110, 144, 37, 86, 75, 169, 145, 51 and 167. Still coming through, Zoe Deacon 171, the tail ender in that Formula 35. So the end of lap 2 is still 43, 81, 95, and 48, 110. So Josh Morales leading in that 43 craft, then it's Nick Drew 81, then Dan Turnbull 95. Sorry, yes, 95. The first of the Trussler boys. That's 48. Josh, and then leading his brother Jake in 110. Three laps gone now. The leaders caught the tail enders. Zoe Deacon in that F35 going a lap down. Josh Morales having to slow down for the tail ender as they went onto the land the other side. That's allowed Nick Drew 81 to close the gap down, and also Dan Turnbull in 95. Right, midpoint in the race now, 4 laps gone. Still 43, 81, 95, then 48. Then 110. And 171, Zoe Deacon returns back to the paddock. That F35 out of the race. Right, going up to the land on the far side there, the two front runners, Josh Morales, 81 Nick Drew, are in amongst the back markers again as they turn to the far end of the lake. So 6 laps gone now, 2 laps to go. Right, the front runner comes through the last lap board, is now out. 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go now for Josh Morales, number 43. Still being chased by 81 Nick Drew, dropping back very slightly. 3rd spot, 95 Doug Turnbull. Then it's Josh Trussler, 48. And crossing the line to take the win for Formula 50, the world champion, 43, Josh Morales. Coming through in 2nd spot is 81, Nick Drew. 3rd spot for the Formula 50s is 95, Doug Turnbull. 48, Josh Trussler coming through in 4th for the Formula 50s. Fifth across the line is 110 Jake Trussler. And then 6th overall, but the first of the Formula 3s, 144 Richard Pound. Then coming back to the Formula 50s, we got Ben Lambert. Then in 2nd spot for the Formula 3s. We've got 169, and that's Dan Turnbull. And 3rd for the Formula 3s, 145, Charlie Moore. Then Nancy Devlin, 167, 4th. Coming back to the Formula 50s, after Ben Lambert, 86, we got 75, Mark Allman. Then 37, Joe Smith. That's it. Right, our next group up are the Colts. So the Colts, aged 10 to 13 years of age. Now, they are restricted in what they can run, engine-wise, but ultimately, at the end of the day, they are only allowed to produce a certain amount of thrust out the back. So you will see some of the craft that have got an engine that is producing the power and the thrust if it's unchecked. So you will see on some of the craft a blanking plate at the top, usually at the top of the duct, to stop the air getting into the thrust duct cleanly, and that will just restrict the amount of airflow going in. So the Colts will only do 6 laps. It's the only group that do 6. So pole position for this race is number 2, Theo Spedding. Second spot is 132, and that's Rudy Dorman. Third spot, his teammate, JJ McGovern, in 133, so they're Phoenix Racing. And then fourth spot, we got 95, Dylan Clark. And then completing the front row, number 21, Harry Newton. Second row, we got 79, Hayden Allman. So whilst we're just waiting for the boards to go up. Oh, there we go. 2 minutes away from the start. So if you have popped in today and you're just walking through, if you do want to find out some more information about the sport, we race here regularly and have done for quite a few years, once a year. Then the main club website is at www.hovercraft.org.uk. So 6 craft on the grid for this race. And we're now 1 minute away. 1 minute away from the start. Here we go, we're on the lights. Bit of creeping on the grid. Oh, yeah, definitely a bit of creeping. And we're away. Theo Spedding, number 2 off first, followed by 132, 133, 95, 79, and then 21. So straight up the lake this time on this opening lap. That's the same for all the races. They miss out the land section on the far side. It's too dangerous to send them all up there at once on the first lap. So they'll make the turn at the far end and then come back down the lake. So already pulling out of a good lead is number 2, Theo Spedding. Second spot is 132. That is Rudy Dorman. Then JJ McGovern in 133. Then moving up through the field, number 21, Harry Newton, got off to a slow start, but he's moved up. Then it's 95, Dylan Clark, and then 79, Hayden Allman. So Theo goes through on that second lap, extending his lead quite considerably now over second spot. 1-3-2, just crossing the line. Rudy Dorman, part of the Phoenix Racing team. Now we've got his teammate 1-3-3, JJ McGavin going through in third. Fourth crossing line, 21. That's Harry Newton. So we're now midpoint in the race. Number 2, Theo's Bedding, just gone through. He's caught the tail enders now. They're going to go a lap down, 79 being the first of those. Hayden Norman, number 79. Rudy Dorman, 1-3-2, crossing the line in second. And we've got in third spot, just crossing the line now, JJ McGavin. Just crossing the line in fourth spot, 21, Harry Newton. Four laps gone now. Well, the field getting fairly spread out. The only two that are possibly going to be close is 21, just going past us now. That's Harry Newton, and he's getting close to 1-3-3, JJ McGavin. A back marker there that as they head towards the land on the far side, he's going to play a part. No. Harry just swinging wide, losing the momentum. Last lap board is now up. 1 lap to go. Number 2, Theo Spedding, probably half a lap up on the second place now. That's still Phoenix Racing A with Rudy Dorman. So 1-3-2, Rudy goes through in second spot for the moment. Just one more lap to go for him. Then 1-3-3, JJ McGavin in third. Here we go, the run to the line. Number 2, Theo Spedding takes the win. We've got a craft stopped on the far side there, opposite the spectator area, number 21, I think. Is that 21? No, I thought it was Harry. It's actually Theo Spedding. So having won the race, he's gone a matter of a few hundred metres and then stopped. So if you're going to break down, at least do it after the end of the race, and that's what he's done. So second across the line is 132, Rudy Dorman in Phoenix Racing Colts A team, and then coming through in third spot, 133, JJ McGavin in the Phoenix Racing Colts B team. Fourth across the line, 21, Harry Newton. And fifth, by the looks of it, will go to 95, Dylan Clark. And sixth will go to 79, Hayden Ullman. Right, next group up, we're picking up the pace quite considerably now. We're going from right down from the Colts, right up to the Formula Ones. So we're now talking unlimited capacity, anything goes. And we're not talking about CC, we're talking about horsepower. And the F1s will be producing with their thrust engines somewhere in the order of 180 to 220 horsepower, plus a lift engine. They'll top out at around about 80 mile an hour going up the lake, and 0 to 60 they'll accelerate most standard road cars. That just gives you an idea of the acceleration. So in pole position, we got number 1, Cullen Bill. Along with his dad, they took the UKG, took So we do have 4 F1s in this grid, 2 at the front and 2 have opted for whatever reason to start right at the back. See if I can get some more details on that a bit later. Needless to say, the Formula 2s will try and keep up with the Formula 1s. George Barnes in number 77, the green and orange craft there. Probably the best one to stand a chance of trying to keep anywhere near the front runners. Right, here we go. 2 minutes away from the start now. 2 minutes. And we're now on the 1 minute ball. 1 minute away from the start now. And we're away. And it's number 1, Callum Bill. Off to the clear lead. And they're still coming off the grid. Cy Francis is at Formula 1, number 2, coming off very slowly. I think he's running that thrust engine in, hence the slow pace. So back up the lake, it's the lead craft, number 1, Callum Bill, still being chased by 14, Adam Turnbull. Then George Barnes in at F2, number 77, then 55, Simon Oakley, 119, Josh Trussler, 61, Dave Palfrey. Then Stevie Milligan in at F1, 25, then Oscar Lewin, 53, 98 by Chet Uckerman. So 2 laps gone. So 3 laps gone now. Number 1, Callum Bill in F1, already started to lap the field. Already passed 98 Mike Uckerman in that Formula 2. Adam Turnbull 14 in second. Still within striking distance in third spot is that lead F2 craft, number 77 George Barnes. Just going onto the land section on the far side there, the orange and green. Oh, and I've just realised we've lost the craft at the far end. And that was Josh Trussler, but he's actually got it fired up again by the looks of it, so Josh back into the race. So the battle for third spot is hotting up. Adam Turnbull, 14, now being chased by the Formula 2. 77 George Barnes and Josh 119. Looks as though there's an issue with that thrust engine. It's stopped again. So 5 laps gone. First spot, onto the land on the far side, the green craft number 1, Callum Bill with a good lead, catching the back markers. The battle for second still on though, 14, Adam Turnbull. I say the battle for second, it's actually a battle between an F1 and an F2. George Barnes in that lead, F2 craft, 77, still trying to chase and pass the Formula 1 of Adam Turnbull, number 14, as they turn at the far end of the lake there. 6 laps gone. Last lap board is now up, 1 lap to go. So an easy win in the end. So the first 3 places, number 1, Callum Bill in the Formula 1 takes first spot. Second spot for Formula 1s goes to Adam Turnbull, number 14. Third spot overall, but first for the Formula 2s, 77 George Barnes. Then we got another Formula 2, 55 Simon Oakley. Comes through in second for the Formula 2s. Third spot, F2, is 61 Dave Palfrey. Then we got a Formula 1, he'll come in third spot, that's 25 Stevie Milligan. And then we got fourth spot, I think, 53 Oscar Lewandon for the Formula 2s. Fifth, 98 Maicha Uchman. And Cy Francis in the F1 coming through in 10th, fourth place overall, fourth place F1. And it looks as though he was just out there to get some points and run that thrust engine in. So that race actually was red flagged, I just realised. And we were a lap short, so the result will stand. Right, our next race up is the junior race. So juniors aged 13 to 16 years of age. As a general guide, they're allowed to use the Formula 3 specification craft, Formula 50 or F35 spec craft. So the juniors will be doing 8 laps. They do the full 8 laps. So after this junior race, we've got a novice race, then an open race before we go for a break. And then there'll be a further 6 races after that. Right, we're coming up to the start of this race very soon. So 8 laps for this race. In pole position, we've got Lily Elston, number 44. Second spot, Maya Barlow, number 7. Third spot, 75, Harley Allman. Then we've got 82. Make sure I've got this right. 82, and that is James Cooper. And then we got 5, Lucas Rhodes. On the front row there, yeah, on the front row. And then in row 2, we got 153. And that is going to be a new team, I've been informed. And that's either Emily Lewington or Tyler Reynolds. And that looks like Tyler. So Tyler's in the craft this time. They formed a new team at the beginning of this day. Right, 1 minute away from the start now. 1 minute. 6 crafts on the grid, 8 laps. Here we go, we're on the lights. Oh, bit of creep in there, but we're away. 44, Lily Elston after a great start, being chased by Maya Barlow, 7, then Harley Allman, 75, then 1535. And I think the other one was 82 at the back. We'll catch that as they come through. So coming through in first spot, we're already opening up a bit of a lead. Oh, Maya Barlow making a mistake. Coming towards the line, and she comes through in last spot. And I'm wondering whether Maya's actually got a problem. Maya going from second to last, just before the line. So Lily Elston, the clear leader now, with Tyler Reynolds 153 in second. Then Harley Allman 75 in third. Fourth is 82. And yeah, 82 James Cooper. In fourth, fifth is Lucas Rhodes. In number 5, then Maya Barlow in number 7. That's as they went through on the last lap. Let's see if the order changes this time. It's still at the end of lap 2:44, Lily Elston. There's 153, Tyler Reynolds, 75, Harley Allman, that's the first 3. Then 82, James Cooper, then Maya Barlow, 7. Then it's 5, Lucas Rhodes. So Maya trying to work her way back up through the field. Just about the pole. Just clipped the marker boy there, scrubbed a bit of speed off. Can she get through in front of 82? Yes, she does, as they go onto the land far side. So James Cooper dropping a place there. Maya moving back up, but she's got a long way now to catch Harley. Allman is 75 in third spot at the far end of the lake. Three laps completed now. So crossing the line, and we're now midpoint in the race. Lily Elston goes through 44. Still easing away from second spot. Oh, second spot is now 75. Harley Allman, 153. Having a bit of a spin as he crosses the line, so 153. That's 153, Tyler Reynolds losing a lot of ground there. Got it wrong crossing the line. So he is now actually within striking distance of Maya Barlow. Number 7 has gone to the land the far side. That mistake by Tyler has given Maya the opportunity of possibly cashing and passing him. With 3 laps to go now, our leader's gone through. 5 laps completed. Harley Allman, 75, goes through in second. Now, third spot. Tyler comes through clean this time. Just about, oh, that side just dropping a little bit. Maya comes through with the speed and carries it through. She comes through in fourth. Fifth across the line, 82. James Cooper, and then 5, Lucas Rhodes. So those two battling there for 5th and 6th spot. Oh, and we've got a swimmer, I think. Yeah, at the far end of the lake, we've got a swimmer. The race has stopped, and that is, I'm going to wait for confirmation. That looks like Maya Barlow, number 7, at the far end of the lake. So it looks like the craft has stopped and spat the driver out. So Maya Barlow okay, Maya's been detached from the craft, so I think she's, by the sounds of it, she's given up trying to swim to it. She's just waiting for the jet skis to now to pick her up and get her back to land and hopefully some dry clothes. Dad, Chris, you got some dry clothes for her, hopefully? Right, okay, so that result will stand. And we're now going to move on to the next race, which is a novice race. And I believe we've only actually got one novice out there. So, and that's Oliver McIntosh, completely new driver, brand new in number 60. Actually, the craft itself is not new. I recognise it from the past. It looks like a craft I recognise. Fred Wilson, I'm pretty sure. Yes, got a big 4-stroke in it. Right, so whilst we're waiting for that craft to be recovered, we'll just run through a few things. I've just been informed that the novice, completely new, so he'd like to do the full 8 laps. He's got nobody to race against, but this will be just experience for him to get to handle the craft. So as I said earlier, we are putting out a live feed for this meeting. We generally do put out a live feed, so if you do want to go and look on the net, then you should be able to search for the racing. So YouTube, obviously the place to go. That's where we put the racing. So Rother Valley Country Park, if you put in that, you should probably be able to come up with the relevant page. We're on 2 minutes but hold, so we're just waiting for that craft at the far end now. Yeah, the main club website at www.hovercraft.org.uk. If you want to find out more about the club as a whole, and not just the racing side, but the cruising side as well. This is our second round of the championships this year in the UK. We are going to Whittlebury Park, Whittlebury Hall, in 2 weeks' time. That's right next to Silverstone. So if you know where Silverstone is, then Whittlebury is right next to it. That's 21st, 22nd of June. That's a combined UK and European round of the championships. So we'll be getting craft from Sweden, France, Germany, etc., etc. Then we go to a place called Gangwarley on the 26th, 27th of July. That's down at Southampton area. Well, actually, if you go down to Southampton, you just keep going down. It's nearer Fareham. We've been going there for 30 plus years, so that's a regular on our calendar. Then we're going to a new site, a place called Lillingston Darrell, 21st of September, and that is not that far from Whittlebury. And then we finish off the year back at Whittlebury again on the 4th and 5th of October. That's the UK rounds. There will be European rounds going on as well. Some of us will be going over to those European meetings. Our World Championships next year, the World Championships are hosted every 2 years around the world. Last year it was in Germany. Next year it will be back in the UK, and that will be at Whittlebury Hall. So, if you do think to yourself, oh, I wouldn't mind having a go at this, then we do have that possibility now of you renting a craft or hiring a craft, either for a day or 2 days. We've got a driver that's taken up that option tomorrow, not taken it up today, but tomorrow we will have a driver out that's taken out that facility. It's called Arrive and Drive Hovercraft to Race, and it's organised by our main club, so it's the Hovercraft Club of Great Britain. It's a Formula 50 craft. It's all prepped and mechanics ready for you. You just need to turn up with the relevant gear. If you want to race it for 1 day, that's £215. And if you want to race it for 2 days, then it's £360. Info, if you want to get information on that, then obviously the main club website, there will be a link on there. That's www.hovercraft.org.uk, or you can send a direct email to info@hovercraft.org.uk. If you're looking to just go and look at video clips, there's on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. There's Hovercraft Racing Reels that you might come under if you search for it, HRR. So Hovercraft Racing Reels. There's lots of clips on there for the last couple of years and interviews, etc., both from the UK and the World Championships last year. So if you just fancy looking at short clips, that's a good place to go. We're on the 2-minute board with just one craft on the grid. It's always one of those things going through the year as to we lose drivers because they've qualified up. We do get a situation sometimes where we get drivers that are re-qualifying because they did a licence lap. We don't have any of those, it appears, this weekend. So just one crafter out there. Directly after this, we'll be going into the open race. So open to all the main formulas apart from the Novice, Colts and Juniors. So a complete mixed bag. We're on the 1-minute board now. Brand new driver here, it's first time out. So we're not expecting anything great really for Oliver. It's about just getting around the course safely and trying to get used to the racing lines. So the craft is actually driving as a Formula 2 spec craft. That's not one he's built himself. I recognise it. It's from a club member that used to race, Fred Wilson. So got a big 4-stroke in the back there. I think it's a GSXR 600. Oh dear. That looks like a lift engine problem. So it looks like Oliver's lost his lift engine there. Unfortunately, he's only done 2 laps. It won't, if you can't get it going, that won't even qualify him on his licence for as a novice race completed. Thrust engine's still running. The driver's trying to get it fired up, but I can hear him spinning that engine over, but there's no life coming from it at the moment, so rescue boat is going out to get him back. So the driver's decided he doesn't need a tow, he's going to bring it back up in his own steam. Well, he's doing well. He's just got to be a bit careful and knows the front end of the craft doesn't drop, because he could end up submarining it, but if he can get it back under his own power, the rescue boat will be very happy with that. So that race is now been closed off. We've deemed it finished. So I think the next group will be called forward very shortly. So open formula race, and that open to all the main formulas. Directly after that, we'll be going for a break. Well, it looks like that driver's done the sensible thing and just eased a bit off the thrust throttle. Just keep that nose up. He realised that the front end was dropping a little bit. Right, so this is the open formula race, as I said earlier. So this is where I have to keep my eye open, because this is where craft that have got teams running, so team drivers, in other words, more than one driver, then that's where the team will run one driver in the national races and one driver in the open races. So 55 has come onto the grid, that's Formula 2. Now Simon Oakley was out in the Formula 2 race. It's normally his wife, Sue Oakley, that races in the open races, but she's not here this weekend. So Simon taking it out in both the F2s and the open. Right, another one that's on the grid, number 61, Dave Palfrey. He normally teams up with his daughter, Katrina. She would normally go out in the open races, but she's got a bump at the moment, so she's not racing this season. Right, I'm going to come along to the public area. So, anybody got any questions? Then put your hand up and shout, and I'll see if I can answer it whilst we're waiting for this open race. So number 1 coming out onto the grid now. This time it's Dad, Conrad Bill, bringing it out. Conrad is the 3rd generation of drivers in the family, Callum being the 4th generation. Conrad is dropping into the grid there, a former UK, European and world champion. Right, I'm going back to the media trailer. I'll try and get back over to the public area a bit later and see if there's any questions. This 8-lap race, we got 6 cars on the grid, so Formula 1, number 1, Conrad Bill, second spot, Formula 2, Simon Oakley, Formula 2 again, Dave Palfrey, 61, and 48, Jake Trussler in a Formula 50, then row 2, 98, Maciek Gutman in a Formula 2, and then Formula 1, number 3, Cy Francis. We're 1 minute away now. 1 minute. Right, coming up to the lights very shortly now. There we go. And we're away. And the F1 sprints up the lane, away and gone. So second spot is between the 2 F2s. 61 Dave Palfrey leading Simon Oakley. That battle for second spot between those 2 F2s. The grid has cleared. Well, the F1 that's just gone past number 3, Cy Francis. That thrust engine very much on tick over. I don't think he's opening up that at all. I think he might be running that in. I'll have to find out about that. Meanwhile, our leader goes through, 2 laps gone. For a second. That's going on between the 2 F2s. 61 Dave Palfrey in second at the moment, but being chased by Simon Oakley in 55. Then it's Jake Trussler, 48, has just gone past Maciek Gutman in 98. That number 3 craft not sounding at all right. I'm not sure whether it's actually firing on all cylinders. There's a bit of popping going on there. So midpoint in the race, Conrad Bill, I think he's looking to try and lap everybody by the end of the race. That Formula 1, way quicker than anybody else on the track. So that lead F1 will top out at around about 80 mile an hour and will out accelerate most standard road cars from a standing start 0 to 60. So Jay Trussler, 48, goes a lap down on our leader. So only 2 other craft on the same lead lap, and they are not far ahead of our leader. Those 2 being at the far end, the 2 F2s that are battling for that second spot is still Dave Palfrey, 61, still being chased by 55, Simon Oakley. So 6 laps gone now, 2 laps to go. Here we go. Number 1, the green craft, Conrad Bill, in that Formula 1. We'll just wait for his right moment before he gives it a squirt and goes past those 2 craft. He knows they're locked in battle there. There's no need for him to rush past. He'll pick his moment. Last lap board is now up. That is for the, there we go. He's past Simon Oakley. And 1 lap to go now. And a quick squirt of throttle again. Moves up past Dave Palfrey, 61. So everybody goes a lap down on our leader. Number 1, Conrad Bill, totally dominant in this race. And the win goes to number 1, Conrad Bill, in that Formula 1. Second goes to 61, Dave Palfrey. Third goes to 55, Simon Oakley. Fourth goes to Jake. Well, it's got Josh Trussler on my screen, but it's Jake. It is Jake Trussler in a Formula 50. 5th across the line, 98, Marchek Uckman, and then 6th goes to number 3, Cy Francis. Right, okay, we are going to get the craft back into the paddock and we're going to go for a break. So we'll be opening up the paddock very shortly for members of the public to go in and have a look. We've just got to get the craft settled down first, and then I'll be able to give you a update on our start time after the break. We've still got 6 more races to go this afternoon. So I've just had it confirmed we are staying on programme. So our next race will be at 3:30. So that will start our next block of racing at 3:30. So any members of the public, just give you a bit of information before we open up the paddock. you've got until 2:15. Sorry, 3:15 behind there. 3:15 to have a look around the paddock. If you are a smoker, can I ask you to please refrain from smoking whilst you're in the paddock area. It's strictly in a no smoking zone, and that includes e-cigarettes. Watch out for the hot exhaust, especially if you've got any young children with you, and make sure they don't clamber on the craft. Right, it sounds like the craft have now settled down. I think it is now clear for members of the public to come in and have a look around. Now, generally, it's a case of, if you've got any questions, drivers are normally quite amenable unless they've got spanners flying everywhere and bits of engine floating around. And I will come back to you fairly soon. I've just spotted that there may be a craft operating during the break. That may or may not be the case. It's a green one. It's actually all electric. So this is a development craft. It's been built by my brother. Hence the solar panels all over it. May or may not be operating. It's got it off the trailer, so we'll have to see on that one. Right, I'm going to go quiet for a while, and we'll catch up with you again a bit later.
Get my internet working because you put that right in the middle of the Starlink.
Oh, I'm sorry. The problem is, I've now probably got Liberty Point. I'll be here.
Where are you going? first time.
You have to tell me you've got experience.
Or what you could do is
yeah.
is be facing the aerial at least when you're talking to people, not with your back turned.
When I walk long distance, yes, I realise.
Because if it goes to go through there as well, it'll work very well.
No, I do realise that. You've gone further down, Martin.
I could drill through it and make a hole.
No, they're going to do that with my wrist. Take the screw and steel plate.
Right, let's see whether I can actually get some signal again now, because it's been dropping in and out for some reason. Yeah. Sorry. Oh, what did I tell you? We demolished the last bag. See all this bit here?
We're in that bit, are we?
That's where a pole is, and that's where I can't get any signal. This bit here, good. This bit here, empty. Oh, good. Right, thank you.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, the time is now 15:15. The racing going to get underway at 3:30. Or was that 4:30? Get my watch right. No, it is 3:30. So, any members of the public in the paddock area, can I ask you to start making your way back to the public viewing area in the next few minutes? The siren will be going up at 20 past for the craft to come out onto the grid. So, any members of the public in the paddock area, can you please start making your way back to the public viewing area in the next couple of minutes, please? Thank you. Hello. This is the final call for any members of the public. If you're in the paddock area, can I now ask you to please leave and go back to the public viewing area. The craft will be coming out onto the grid in the next few minutes, and we'll be getting the first race underway of this second block of racing. If you've just come in recently to the park, then welcome. We're halfway through our race schedule for this afternoon. We've got 6 races coming up after this break, starting with the combined race of the Formula 50, Formula 3 and the Formula 35s. craft coming to form up on the grid now. There will be a mix of formulas out on there. Formula 50, Formula 3s and Formula 35s. So Formula 50, designed around the Rotax 503 engine, twin-cylinder air-cooled. The important elements to this particular category is that they have to run the engine in its standard format, so no special carbs or exhaust. And it's 500cc, 50 horsepower as standard. They're only allowed to use the one fan of the engine to provide lift and thrust. And there is also a weight restriction on this category as well. Formula 3 is either two-stroke air-cooled under 450 or water-cooled under 250, or if it's a four-stroke, then up to 500cc. Formula 35s, they're running industrial four-stroke engines up to a maximum of 35 horsepower, but that's the total of all the engines on board. They have to be air-cooled, and typically the type of engine be used would be the Briggs & Stratton, so it's something you'd likely see on a sort of lawnmower or agricultural type of vehicle. Pole sitter for this race is Formula 50 world champion Josh Morales in that number 43 craft there. It's a 5-4-5-4 grid. Having had the first race, the formulas are now starting to mix up a little bit on the grid, so we've got Formula 3 on the second row now. 144 Richard Pound. Already on the grid in fifth spot is 110, Jake Trussler. Right, the orange and black craft on the front row there, number 81, Nick Drew. We're still waiting for number 5, Dan Turnbull, to drop into third, and fourth should be 48, Josh Trussler. So we've got the two Trusslers next to each other on the front row. Second row, we got the Formula 3, Richard Pound, 144. Then alongside Richard is 86, Ben Lambert in a Formula 50. Then we got 169, and that's Kerris Rhodes. That's the Formula 3. Then completing row 2, we've got 75, Mark Allman in a Formula 50. Row 3, we've got Charlie Moore, 145 in a Formula 3. Alongside that is 37, Joe Smith, Formula 50. Then we've got Nancy Devlin, 167 in a Formula 3. Then 51, George Olner. Oh, I don't think Georgia was out earlier. And then we've got that Formula 35, 171, Zoe Deacon. So 8 laps. If you weren't here earlier, all the races will be 8 laps, apart from the Colts they'll only be doing 6 laps. Okay. Right, okay, so just been informed that Josh Trussler won't be out on this race. So just Jake Trussler, so 48 Josh Trussler now not out on the grid for this race. We're 2 minutes away from the start. So as they go off the line, it's a straight run up the lake to the far end, turn to the marker boys, they'll come back down towards us, and as they go back up the lake on lap, after lap 1, they will then go on to the land section on the far side. It's a short run along there, it's very narrow, very tight, they have to get it right. Any slight errors and it could go horribly wrong. So I'm looking at the boards. We're less than 1 minute away from the start now. Here we go, we're on the lights. And we're away. Josh Morales, 43, off like a shot, followed by 81, 95, 110. And the rest followed, and the grid has cleared. As they cross the lines, Josh Morales still leading 43, then Dan Turnbull 95, Jay Trussell 110, 144, Richard Pound 81, Nick Drew. Nick Drew dropping way back, not quite sure why, he's behind the Formula 3 of Richard Pound, 144, so something has happened there to, yeah. Nick Drew, 81, obviously got a problem, he's slipping down the field, not on the pace I expect him to be. So with 2 laps gone, it's now Josh Brown is our leader, 95. Dan Turnbull is second, Jay Trussell 110 in third. Then we got the first Formula 3s, 144 Richard Pound, then 86 Ben Lambert, and 75 Mark Allman is 7th overall. Sorry, 6th overall. 7th is 169. Kerris Rhodes. Right, the race has been stopped. Right, so the race has been stopped. The reason being, we've got a swan that was just about to cross the racing line. That's down at our spectator end. So, unfortunately, the swan was getting too close to our racing line, so the race was stopped. Right, I've just had it confirmed that race will be rerun. Right, so the procedure is now, there will be a rerun, but that will take place directly after this next race. So the next race has been pulled forward, and that's the Colts. So after this Colts race, then we'll rerun that race that was just stopped for safety reasons. The swan was getting too close to the racing line, so the jet ski now encouraging that swan to go and find a safer place on the lake. So the Colts, they are aged 10 to 13 years of age. They'll only be doing 6 laps, and they are restricted in what they can run engine-wise, but ultimately, at the end of the day, they are only allowed to produce a set amount of thrust. So you will see some craft, number 133 is an example of that on the front row, and 79 is just coming out as another example where there's a piece of material across the front of the fan to actually restrict the air going in, so therefore reducing the amount of thrust coming out of the back. So there's no point getting an engine, tuning it, because ultimately at the end of the day it's the amount of air that comes out of the back. Right, so forming up the grid, we got number 2, Theo Spedding, in pole position. Second spot, 132. This is the Phoenix Racing Colts A team, and the driver is Louis McGavin. Third spot is 133, Phoenix Racing Colts B team. And this time it's Digby Dorman. Fourth on the front row is 21, Harry Newton. And then it should be 95, not there at the moment. You're going to make that big commitment of actually buying a craft until you've actually tried it. We do have a new facility now, which we started last year. So the club is now running what's called an Arrive and Drive Hovercraft to Race. It's run by the Hovercraft Club of Great Britain. It's a Formula 50 craft. It's all prepped ready for you. You just need to drive it. It's £215 for one day. £360 if you're on a race 2 days. Be in 133, may have had to concede that second spot to his teammate Louis McGavin, 132, as they turned at the far end of the lake. So here they come, and it is Theo Spedding, the clear leader, number 2. Oh, number 21. Harry Newton up in the second. Then 133. Digby Dorman. Then 132. Louis McGavin. Then we got 79, Hayden Norman, and then 95, Dylan Clark. And then a long way back for the battle between Hayden Norman and Dylan Clark. Hayden in number 79 and Dylan in 95. Those two battling there as they cross the line. That's for 5th and 6th. So the lead across the line, 4 laps gone now. Theo Spedding number 2, a very comfortable lead. Just crossing the line in 2nd spot. 133. That's Digby Dorman. Then 21. Harry Newton. Then 132, Louis McGavin in 4th. Right, last lap board is now out. 1 lap to go. Theo Spedding number 2 goes through the line. Just gone through in 2nd spot. 1 lap to go, 133, Digby Dorman. Then it's Harry Newton, 21. Coming through 4th at the moment, 132, Louis McGavin. And taking the win. Oh no. Yes, taking the win is Theo Spedding. Number 2. Coming through in second spot, 133, Digby Dolman. Coming through in third, 21, Harry Newton. And coming through in fourth, 132, Louis McGavin. Looks so fifth will go to Dylan Clark, 95, and sixth will go to 79, Hayden Ullman. So, we're now going to go to the rerun of that red flag race. So this is the rerun of the Formula 50, Formula 3 and Formula 35s. So this rerun will be the full race again, so 8 laps. We start afresh. Right, having mentioned the club website, etc., of course you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And the handle for those is @official_HCGB. So Facebook and Instagram, it's @official_HCGB. Right, there we go. That's the 2-minute board. 2 minutes away from the start now. So, this is where those that didn't get off to a great start in the last, or the first attempt at this race, have another bite of the cherry. One of those is number 81, Nick Dew, and it looks as though he may have a problem. He's trouble firing that engine up in the first attempt in this race. He was dropping down through the field, so I'm not quite sure what that issue was, but currently that engine is not firing up. He's in second spot on the front row. Right, there we go. Got somebody else to pull the call for him, and away it goes first time. So Nick Drew up and running. There we go, we're on the lights. And we're away. Off like a shot goes Josh Burns, 43, the world champion. In pursuit is still 81, Nick Drew, followed by Dan Turnbull, 95, then 110, Jake Trussler. That's the first three. The grid has cleared. Oh, and somebody went vertical then. That, not sure who that was. Maybe Georgia Roller towards the back. No, not Georgia. That craft that may have gone vertical, I think may have been Joe Smith, 37. Further down the field. So, meanwhile, at the far end is still Josh Morales, still leading in 43, still being chased by 81 Nick Drew, and still very much in contention in third spot, Dan Turnbull, 95. Fourth, but dropping back is Jake Trussler in 110. Well, the first four crafters shot away, but very much the mid-pack is still doing battle as they go onto the land section of the far side there. Any small mistake by any of that group is going to be a change of places. Meanwhile, our leader goes through with now 3 laps gone, 43, 81, 95. That's the first three, and fourth just going through 110. Then we get the first of the Formula 3s, 144 Richard Pound. So the front runners now starting to come into the traffic. 167 going a lap down. Right, 5 laps completed now. 43 still leading. Moving up in the second spot, 95 Dan Turnbull. Nick Drew, 81, drops to third. Oh, fourth crossing the line, almost coming out of the craft, 110, Jake Trussler, that was close. Just on the finish line there, Jake Trussler just catching the chop, almost spat him out. Six laps gone now. see a yellow flag on the far side. Not quite sure who that is for. But the drivers have been told to miss out the land section on the far side. Last lap board is now out. 43 Josh Morales goes through, 1 lap to go. Dan Turnbull, second spot, 95 goes through. 81 Nick Drew in third. The battle for that second spot is still on because Dan Turnbull and Nick Drew both have traffic in front as they go through this last lap. Right, the incident on the far side is now cleared. They're back onto the land section again. Well, just a quick escape for me there. Georgia Olner trying to join me in the commentary. And checker flag is now out. 43 Josh Morales takes the win. Second goes to 95, Dan Turnbull. Third goes to 81, Nick Drew. That's the Formula 50s. Still waiting for fourth to come through. There we go. Fourth goes to 110, Jake Trussler. Now I'm looking at the Formula 3s. Richard Pound comes through to take the Formula 3 win, but comes 5th overall. Then Ben Lambert comes through just behind. He's a Formula 50. He'll take 5th spot. Second spot will go to 169. That's Curris Rhodes in a Formula 3. Third spot in the Formula 3s will go to Charlie Moore, 145. Then 167, Nancy Devlin. That's the Formula 3. She'll come through in 4th. Coming back to the Formula 50s after Ben Lambert in 5th. 6th goes to 37, Joe Smith. 7th goes to 75, Mark Allman. I think that's the correct order. Right, okay. We have now got the combined race of the Formula 1s and the Formula 2s. So, Formula 2s. Oh. Well, having said that, I had to leg it very quickly then as George Olner was heading towards me. Apparently it was caught on camera, so that'll be interesting to see how fast I can run. Not bad for an almost 74-year-old. Right, coming back to this race. Formula One's Formula Twos. Formula Twos up to 600cc two-stroke, 750cc four-stroke. They're all two-strokes out there. Formula One's unlimited capacity, anything goes. And here we're not talking about cc, we're talking about horsepower. And the thrust engine alone will be somewhere in the order of between 180 and 220, and then plus a lift engine on top. They will top out at around about 80 mile an hour going up the lake. 0 to 60, they'll accelerate most standard road cars. That just gives you an idea of the acceleration off the line. So 8 laps again. Right, there we go. We're on 2-minute board. Right, we're now on the 1-minute ball. 1 minute go. We got one craft creeping on the front row there, number 14, Adam Turnbull. Just being moved back into position, back into his grid slot. Here we go, we're on the lights, and we're away. And it's Callum Beale, number 1, up the lake first, followed by Adam Turnbull, 14 second. Then it's the first of the Formula 2s, George Barnes, 77. Then Dave Palfrey, 61, who's made a mistake and spun it back on track, but he's lost 2 places. So the F2 of George Barnes keeping pace with Adam Turnbull in second spot for the Formula Ones at the far end there. Cy Francis drops out of the race. Sorry, not Cy Francis, 53. So 53, Oscar Lewandon out of the race, returns back to the paddock. So 3 laps gone. Callum Bleal, our leader, onto the land the far side. Opening up a nice gap now to Adam Turnbull in number 14. They're the 2 F1s, but just behind Adam is that Formula 2, George Barnes, 77. George is, well, in that Formula 2 is half a lap up on Dave Palfrey, who's just gone past me in number 61. Well, the crowd's starting to really spread out now. George Barnes in that Formula 2, the orange and green craft. Just dropping back a little bit now off the pace of that Formula 1, number 14. Adam Turnbull, but our clear leader coming through the line now with 6 laps gone is Callum Beale, number 1. Right, the last lap board is now waiting for our leader. It's still Callum Beale, number 1. He goes through the line. 1 lap to go now. 1 lap to go. Second through the line, 14, Adam Turnbull. They're the 2 F1s. Then the lead F2 craft, 77 George Barnes, 3rd overall, but the lead F2 craft. An easy win for number 1, Callum Beale. Second goes to 14, Adam Turnbull. They're both Formula 1s. Then the 3rd spot overall, but taking the easy win for Formula 2 is 77, George Barnes. 3rd for the Formula 1s will go to 25, Stevie Milligan. And for the Formula 2, 2nd will go to Dave Palfrey, and 3rd will go to 98, Maciek Uchman. Right, so our next group up are the juniors. So juniors aged 13 to 16 years of age. They're allowed to use the Formula 3, Formula 50 and Formula 35 specification craft. Pole sitter for this race is number 44, Lily Elston. Just dropping in there in second spot is 75, Harley Allman. Third spot is Tyler Reynolds in 153. Fourth spot is missing, that's Maya Barlow. She had a spill earlier. She's actually on the grid, but she did actually pop her shoulder, so she's not going to be racing for the rest of the day. Her shoulder popped back in again, but she's not going to be racing for the rest of today. So that fourth spot empty. Fifth spot completing the front row, 82, James Cooper. Second row, we've got number 5, Lucas Rhodes. Right, the juniors do the full 8 laps. It's only the Colts that do the 6. Yeah, so coming back to Maya, she came out of the craft going up the lake there. The craft stopped and spat her out. And so that's how she managed to do her shoulder. But as I say, she's helping out on the grid now, so all good. Right, we're coming up into the 2-minute board in just a moment. There we go. 2 minutes away from the start now. So just 5 craft on the grid for this race. So after this junior race, we'll be having a novice race. We've only got 1 novice, so that could be, that novice didn't do too well earlier. So there'll be 1 race after that, which is the open race, before we complete today's racing. Here we go, we're on the lights. And Lily Elston off to a great start, 44. Then it looks as though it's Tyler Reynolds, 53, and then Harley Allman, 75. Oh, and there was a big excursion by somebody and took a wide sweep, bit of a spin. And I think that may have been Tyler Reynolds, 153. So coming through the line is 44, Lily Elston. Then 75, Harley Allman. Then 153, Tyler Reynolds. Then 82, James Cooper. Then 5, Lucas Rhodes. So Lily Elston crossed the line, 2 laps gone with Harley Allman. Still very much in touch within striking distance. Third is, Tyler Reynolds with a spin as he crosses the line. That's dropped him back. James Cooper is now going to catch him up as they go around the curve in front of us. Then it's Lucas Rhodes not that far behind. So definitely a battle going on for fourth and fifth there between James Cooper and Lucas Rhodes. Oh dear, Tyler struggling as he crosses the line again. And quick spin, and off he goes. Yeah, so the wind is starting to gust a bit now. Some of these craft are getting a bit susceptible to the wind catching them. As they come back towards us, the wind is getting behind them and it's almost a crosswind, and the cushion starts to decay. Well, Tyler, just got away with it that time. That was getting close. Four laps gone. The 2 front runners at the far end of the field there. It's still Lily Elster with Harley Allman, still very much within striking distance in second spot, number 75. Any mistake by Lily, and Harley is going to be there to take advantage. 5 laps gone now. Bit of another catch for Tyler. That skirt just collapsing a little bit, caught the hull on the water. Quick spin, off he goes again. 82.5. Still those 2 locked in battle for that 4th and 5th spot. I didn't like the sound of that. Number 44, Lily Olsen, went past and I heard a bit of a crackle. I'm not quite sure what that was. They've got 2 laps to go. Tyler getting caught again, and quick spin, and that battle between 82 and 5 still going on, and Tyler just in front. 1 lap to go now. Lily Elston, 44, goes through. Harley Allman, 75, still on the tail with 1 lap to go. I think they'll get a clear run to the line. The others that are in front, I don't think will play any part in this run to the line. Oh, another spin for Tyler. This time he realised it was happening. That was close. So 5. Lucas Rhodes managed to get past James Cooper, but the run to the line, it was Lily Elston, 44, takes the win. Harley Allman takes second, so close, but not quite close enough. But on that last lap, number 5, Lucas Rhodes, managing to get past James Cooper, number 82, and he's now sprinting away. And, well, poor old Tyler in 153 dropped 2 places on that last lap, so I don't think he's going to be able to catch 82 James Cooper up. But there again, maybe. So coming through in 3rd place, number 5, Lucas Rhodes. Coming through in 4th spot, 82, James Cooper, and another spin for Tyler. So Tyler comes through in 5th spot. Well, Tyler, that craft really not liking that crosswind. Very low cushion on that craft, and yeah, that bit across the line just didn't like it, spinning almost every lap, and that cost him dearly. He went from 3rd to 5th. So our next group up, we just got this one novice out earlier, broke down after 2 laps, so fingers crossed he'll be all right this time. So with the novices, they're allowed to use any of the main Formula craft, although the Formula Ones, if they do use the Formula One, it is restricted in the amount of thrust they can produce. They have to do 15 races before they can qualify up, and 10 laps of marshalling duties as well. And we've got one more race after this one. That's the Open Formula race, where all the main formulas are out together, apart from the Colts, novices and juniors. So don't forget, if you have come today and just popped in and not realised what was going on, if you do want to go and find out more about the club or the racing, then www.hovercraft.org.uk, that's the main club website. And if you just want to go and look at some video clips, then HRR, or Hovercraft Racing Reels, there's lots of clips on there, interviews from the last couple of years and the World Championships last year. And of course we are putting out a live feed as well from this event. Pop onto YouTube, you'll probably be able to find the link if you put in Hovercraft Racing, Rother Valley, And we are here again all day tomorrow as well. So number 60 of Macintosh, completely new Novice this weekend. It's actually a craft that he's purchased. I'll recognise it from a few years ago now. It's a Formula 2 specification craft. It's got a GSX 600 four-stroke in the back, plus a lift engine. It was the lift engine that let him down in the first race earlier today. So Oliver's got some skirt damage on that right-hand side. Shouldn't be a major problem, but you can definitely see it's flapping and just flicking up a bit of spray now. Oh, and that's the front dropped. It almost came out. So that's skirt damage on that right-hand side. It's reduced the cushion pressure, and that front end dropped very quickly then. He's managed to stay in. So that's skirt damage on the right-hand side. What we call segments or fingers. They're individual pockets. They're held underneath by cable tie, so an electrical cable tie, and they are designed to break under stress. And what's happened is that it looks as though he's lost a couple of those cable ties, and that's allowed that two segments to flap loose. Oh, and there we go again, another dip as he went round the marker buoy. That cushion getting very soft now. He's lost a segment on the other side as well now, so I think, yeah. Okay, there's quite a long piece of material coming from underneath now. Now I've got to explain what that is. If I'm right in thinking what it is, it's what's called a sausage. It's basically a tube that the air goes into underneath to help with stability of the craft. And obviously if that's gone, that's not helping in stability. It's not something you would normally see, but I suspect that's what's happened. It was quite a long piece of material, so I think that's what we call a sausage. It's tube material underneath to help with stability. You wouldn't normally see it. Well, he's done the 4 laps, so he's got enough laps on the chart this time to get a race on his licence. A bit smoother this time. Right, our next grid's starting to form up already, onto the grid. It's the last race of the day, open Formula grid, complete mixed bag. Right, last lap board is now out. Oliver. Just to run down the lights. Very much in cruise mode now with that skirt damage. As long as he doesn't give it too much throttle, he should be okay. So he's definitely got a race under his belt now. So I'm going to start looking at the grid now for this open race. The pole sitter is currently missing. That should be number 1, Conrad Bill in the Formula 1. Second spot is number 61, Dave Palfrey in the Formula 2. Third spot on the front row, 55, Simon Oakley. And then in fourth spot is 48. Is it Josh Trusser or Jake? It's Jake Trusser. Should have been Josh, but Jake's taken over by the looks of it. Brothers. And then completing the front row, 98, Majek Uckman. So 48 is a Formula 50, 98 is Formula 2. Row 2, we've got .155, and that's Adam Turnbull. That's a Formula 3, and then alongside that is, father and son. Formula 1, number 14, Dan Turnbull. So father and son out on the second row. Completely different craft. Don't expect to be them both on the same pace. Well, it's 2-minute board. I'm just looking down to the paddock to see where the number 1 craft is, but they're working on it. So it looks as though our pole sitter, Conrad Bill, is not going to be out in this race. Just 6 craft. And we're now 1 minute away from the start. 1 minute. Here we go, we're on the lights. It's a great start by Simon Oakley, 55, but alongside Dave Palfrey, 61, the two coming late. The grid has cleared. The Formula 1, 14, Dan Turnbull, letting the grid clear. He now going to try and pick them all off on the pace of that craft. He should be able to get past everybody. So back up the lake, side by side, it's still Dave Palfrey, 61, Simon Oakley, 55. And they cross the line, side by side, Simon Oakley getting the better turn. The Formula One, 14, Dan Turnbull now into third spot and looking to try and get past. No, holds back, lets the two Formula 2s go up into the land section first. He'll get his run in just a moment. So it's 55, 61, 14. That's the first three as they turn at the far end of the lake. And, oh, that was close. Dan Turnbull, 14 on the inside of Dave Palfrey, made his swing wide. So it's 55, 14, 61 now. Right, as they turn at the far end, I'm expecting number 14 to come through first on the line. There we go, it out-drags the Formula 2, 55, Simon Oakley. So Dan Turnbull with skirt damage on both sides at the back. .55, Simon Oakley in that Formula 2 in second. Third is another Formula 2, 61, Dave Palfrey. Then it's another Formula 2, Jack Ockman in fourth. Fifth is 155. No, it's 48 now, Jake Truster. Then Adam Turnbull, 155. So 4 laps gone, we're now midpoint in the race. That's 5 laps gone, 3 laps to go now. Our leader, Wayne Clear. Number 14, Dan Turnbull, back up the lake onto that spit of land. Second spot, just crossing the line, Simon Oakley, 55. And then Dave Palfrey, 61 in third. Fourth, crossing the line, 98, Marshak Uckman being chased by the Formula 50, 48, Jake Trussler. And there's Adam Turnbull, 155. So Adam Turnbull in that Formula 3 155 has got his dad behind in that Formula 1 craft, but Dan has to hold station while the craft spins in front of him. So Dan just getting held up a bit there before he makes a pass on his son to put him a lap down. The last lap board is now out. One lap to go. Dan Turnbull, 14, goes through. second at the moment, still Simon Oakley 55. Still within striking distance in third spot is Dave Palfrey 61. And Dan Turnbull in that Formula One, number 14, takes the win. And the run for the line, coming through in second spot, 55, Simon Oakley. Third spot goes to 61, Dave Palfrey, who's just gone through. Fourth will go to 48, Jake Trussler. Fifth will go to 98, Maciek Uchman. And sixth will go to 155, Adam Turnbull. So that is our racing for today complete. I hope you've enjoyed the racing today. Don't forget, we are back here again tomorrow. Our practice sessions will start at 10 o'clock and our first race is scheduled to start at 12 o'clock. And don't forget, if you do go away from today and you want to find out some more about the club, the racing, or the cruising side, then the main club website is at www.hovercraft.org.uk. And if you just want to go and look at racing clips, then Hovercraft Racing Reels. They've been putting stuff out for the last couple of years, some really good stuff there, short clips, long clips, interviews, etc., from both the UK and the World Championships.